What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are back at it again with more episodes of Marriage Anonymous. It's been a while since we last uploaded. The last time we uploaded was almost 2 years ago, and we have decided to fire the podcast back up. There has been a lot that has happened in the last 2 years, and we are going to cover it all in the next few upcoming episodes. So buckle up, guys. It is going to be a ride. So if you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. We are very excited. Thanks for listening, everyone. We will catch you on the next one.
So do I need it in my mouth or just direct it at me?
In your mouth.
In my mouth.
In and around your mouth. All right.
You ready?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh. So, hi, everyone.
We're back.
It's not around and in your mouth. You're not doing your own rule.
Has been in and around your mouth.
My apologies that this first one back, I sound like this. But it's just how it is. So, if that bothers you, I guess don't listen. Come back another time.
So, we got some news.
We do. We have lots of news, but a very small, big news.
This is not small.
Small size.
In a small package.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
We have a new baby.
A little baby. Part of the reason. No, not really. I mean, I was going to say part of the reason we were gone, but no, that really didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
We also, full disclosure, have already filmed. I keep saying filmed. I've already recorded this whole episode, but we've decided to go in a different direction with it. And so we talked all about everything that had happened and why, but now we're going to just do that in a more broken down episode by episode in the future way of telling everything that happened. Because there's just a lot.
The most important thing is we have this brand new little baby.
We have a little baby, and she's not even 3 months old yet. So,
and she's probably going to be making noise because she's just laying on Dad's chest right now.
You hear the squawkies.
She's more of a grunter, I would say. More of like
a... That or sounds like some kind of bird animal.
A zombie, maybe. Just
Yeah.
She just makes weird baby sounds. I think it's normal.
Yep. Again, if babies bother you, probably don't ever listen to our show. So yeah. So we realized we did the math last time, and it's been like over 2 years.
2.5.
2.5. That is so crazy. Still thinking about it. Like.
No, 1.5. Right?
I don't know. We established
it was in 2021. It was like in June of 2021.
The timing in us and our brains is really bad with everything.
Which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to put that episode out, is because we had some family stuff that happened.
Oh my hell.
And we really messed up on the year.
By the way, I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, is that weird? She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
I think it's weird.
Oh, I thought you were gonna sneeze. Yeah, I mean,
we need to have a cough button like on Joe Rogan.
Do they have one of those?
Yeah, they hit the button and it mutes everything.
I don't need a cough, but I need a sniff button, because even when I'm not sick, I'm always sniffing it up.
Okay, what was it? What was you wanting to get in today?
Well, so first
get into today.
We need to just do like a little update just of what's happened. Not like I'm not talking about in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, so we just celebrated our oldest daughter's 8th birthday.
Yeah.
And
what a day.
Crazy.
That was a pretty wild day.
It was insane. We had way too much fun. Spent way too much money.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. She kind of has gotten skunked out on birthdays for like the last 3-4 years.
Well,
not last year. Last year we were able to do something.
Pandemic.
Fun. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was just like, we just kept, like, it was just lame. Nothing ever happened. And also, I'm sure we've talked about it in the past, like, she has autism. she doesn't really care about normal birthday stuff. So to her, like, not having a party and just hanging out with her family wasn't like that big of a deal. But
This year she wanted a party,
yeah, and
and it was a party.
we did lots of fun stuff and went to the aquarium because she loves otters. She was so excited. We had a really good time. But yeah, 8 years already we have been parents, which is just mind-boggling
Yeah.
to me. Time really does just fly. I started this new thing with my mom. Instead of saying, how everyone's time flies when you're having fun, I believe time flies when you're living. Because no matter what, time just
Time
flies.
just flies when you
Yeah.
get old. Like when you get older, time
It just
really
starts
speeds
speeding up.
That's why old people drive slow.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Mm. Okay.
it's definitely why old people drive slow. It's
Because
not
they're
because
trying to slow life
yeah,
down.
they're
It's
just
going
they're,
too fast.
it's not it's doesn't make any sense, but that's why they drive slow.
Okay.
Like grandma in her Cadillac in the right lane, she just living her best life, what she's got left.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's been the update. And then we're coming up on, what day is it today? It is the 6th. So what? We have 5 more days.
Till the old anniversary.
10 years.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Marriage.
Yeah. And I think it's just kind of weird too because we have your brother's wedding this weekend.
Yeah, lots of crazy stuff is happening.
What do you mean?
Well, like we talked about earlier, it's just there's been so much stuff that's happened. Life's not even the same.
No, it's not. It really does. Like, even though
The biggest changer is the baby,
yeah.
but everything else is
But it's one of those things where
there.
it's like, I lead the most boring life. I don't have a job.
You are very boring.
I don't go do anything. But yet my life has changed so much. Like, it doesn't
Hopefully.
matter. You could be laying in a bed all day. Well, I guess if you're like in a hospital, that stuff's probably really not changing. But like, you know what I'm saying? You could be doing nothing and things like life is just gonna change.
Well, not your life. If you're not doing anything, your life's not changing.
You're taking away my
The world keeps spinning.
well, that's what I mean. Like, it's just there's always stuff crazy happening, even when you're not trying to make it happen. Yeah, like I said, we kind of keep teasing this now, but we'll talk more in depth later on. But today is not that day because I have. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Quick run of events.
Okay. Give them a little taste to come back to.
Pandemic hits. I go in, if you guys couldn't tell, I was in full-blown alcoholic mode during the whole time, the last time we were making these. So, pandemic hits. Sister-in-law dies. That rocks the family. Then I quit drinking a year later. That was a big thing. Then my best friend dies.
That was in like within a couple weeks.
That was
of you
within a
quitting.
couple weeks of me quitting. That was 2 weeks after I quit drinking, my best friend dies. Then we find out you're pregnant the first time. We lose that one pretty early on, in the pregnancy. We don't ever think, first of all, I never thought I was going to have another kid in the family. Then we lose that one. Then we think the doctors are like, yeah, probably not going to happen. Probably not going to be able to have kids. If you do, it'll be kind of like a miracle. So good luck with that. Then you get pregnant with this one.
A month later.
A month later. It's been an insane couple years.
And like we also talked a lot about the first time, and we'll talk about a lot, is in you quitting and all that, you become, as they say on Married at First Sight, a God-fearing man.
I've always been God-fearing.
You came
I
back
just
to the
forgot. I
church
just
and
forgot about him for a little while. Yeah. So yeah, that's another. Yeah. I go to church now when I can, when work lets me, and I'm excited about it.
and it's drastically changed our
You
family.
guys are still gonna hear F-bombs. You're still gonna hear me curse. It's just part of my vocabulary. I'll try to tone it down. Oh, you got something to say? Are you saying the F-bombs?
Say no,
Are
Dad.
you saying the F-bombs? No. Pretty girls don't say the F-bombs.
So yeah.
And
That's-
now both my brothers are getting married.
which I never
Didn't think it was gonna happen. Like, yeah, like the younger one,
Yeah.
Like I thought for sure, Tommy was gonna get married. Tanner, no.
No.
I did not think Tanner was ever gonna get married ever again.
Me neither.
But I could not be happier.
It's so great. It's awesome. But yeah, so that's
And
like,
we're gonna be married for 10 years.
that's what
in
I'm
a
saying.
couple
That's
days.
it's so weird. It's like I think that's, I mean, 10 years is a big deal, anyways. But with like now all this wedding stuff happening, and with Tommy getting married like basically the same day we did, it's like making it feel so like, oh my gosh, like
So,
remember when we got married?
When we first got married, I was thinking, like, what in the hell did I just do?
Hold on. I want to do a special 10-year anniversary episode.
Well,
so
no,
let's
what
not
I'm
talk about
saying
it
is-
too much.
I thought, what the hell did I just do? I can't stand this woman. She was fine when I was dating her, and then we get married, and now I can't stand her. Like, I don't want to be married to her anymore. And then we have Binley, and I'm like, oh, I'm trapped now.
She
Like,
got me.
She got me. She's got me for at least 18 years. And I'm the kind of guy that's like, I won't get divorced, just mainly because it's a pain in the butt. Like, I won't.
Every year, instead of being more romantic, like I learned how miserable and how much you hate it.
I did. I hated your guts.
Every year you get more honest about it.
hated you. I
Oh
I
gosh.
resented you.
Oh man.
But it's the fine line. Like there was still times when I was like, oh man, she's my person, but I hate her guts. But now, like, I'm thinking, if you would have told me back then that we would be married for 10 years and I would be this in love with you now, I'd be like, oh man, I'm so glad this worked out because I did not want to be that miserable forever.
It was only like a year that it was that
You
bad.
sucked so bad.
Okay,
you were the
well, we
worst
can
person.
also compare now in the last
Well,
4
yeah,
years.
I made up for it.
Anyways, we could talk all about our 10 years.
But I just love you so
I
much. I'm
love
so
you.
glad we're still married. I'm
Me
glad we're
too.
making it to 10 years. You are getting so loud and grumpy. Yeah.
Is she grumpy or she just talking?
She just doesn't want to be laying down, I guess. We'll sit her right here. This is very unprofessional on a podcast, but
We're a family podcast. This is what it
maybe
is.
one of these times we'll do episodes like after she goes to sleep or something.
Yeah, right now that doesn't work with your schedule.
Yeah, she does not sleep.
Anyways, so
Okay, what are we doing?
I have something very fun and interesting.
Does it have to do with that stupid show we've been watching?
No, that's later on
Okay.
when we actually get into that show. But it has to do with. So another thing that we've toyed around with talking about is doing a little segment every week about what we've been reading, what we've been watching. Because you and I are big readers.
I'm a big listener.
It's reading. It's still reading. And right now, that's all I'm doing either is breastfeeding in the middle of the night and listening to audiobooks. I'm not getting much physical reading done. Anyways, so we've thought about that, but I don't think you're really reading anything right now. You're still reading, whatchamacallit, right?
What?
The Lane book.
Sorry. Get the
Atlas Shrugged.
Is
that what it's
No.
called?
I finished that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The 60-hour book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took me a month.
Yeah. So are you reading anything right now?
Yeah, I just got done with that new CJ Box book.
Ah, his newest. I don't know anything about.
He's getting old.
Oh boy.
The character's getting old.
It'll
Joe
happen.
Pickett's getting old. He's just getting old.
Is it literally like that only one character he writes about?
I think he's got a bunch of other series, but
Mm.
yeah, Joe's getting old.
Yeah. Well, very
an old man
exciting. How are you enjoying it?
Uh,
Other than it's getting old. So
it-
probably not
it's
very.
it's not getting old. He is getting old.
Oh, so
the
you're not sick of
character
it.
is getting old. I mean, this is like book number 20 or something.
Yeah.
So started out when he was a younger man, the new family, and now all of his daughters are in college. And
I don't think she wants it.
Florence. Oh,
Lay her down on her mat. I turned the thing off so she could just kick around. Oh, I think the other one's coming now. Oh boy. And you wanted to do a raw podcast and not edit
This is
anything
raw.
out.
yeah. That's the other thing is with the other podcast that we did. There was going to be a lot of editing and stuff. We're doing a raw podcast now. We're doing
Because
a
we
raw.
don't have time.
Yeah, I literally
to
don't have.
sit and
I
edit.
don't have time to edit. Hey Ben,
Hi.
we're doing a podcast. Do you want to say hi?
Here, come here. You can't. You gotta talk loud. Say hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Do you do you need something? You're talking silly. I can't understand you.
We're gonna press pause here.
Sounds good. Anyways, I was saying we were saying it was gonna be raw, but we were talking about the books.
But it's been a pretty vanilla ass episode so far, so we gotta
Well, I know I got.
kicking the gear.
Don't
here.
worry, there's plenty to come. I'm just doing
Okay,
the
let's go.
update.
What are
here.
you? What's your update?
So what I have been reading is a book called The Measure. And I just finished it the other night. And it wasn't the most exciting. I mean, I'm only giving it a 3-star. It was,
You
It
give
was-
your book stars?
yeah, you have Goodreads.
Yeah, but every book I read's a 5-star.
Wow. Aren't you lucky?
I am.
Because
I know how to pick them.
most books I read are 3 stars. So the idea of it, 5 stars, amazing. But like, it didn't need to be a whole 375-page book. It kind of dragged. But the concept of it is something I really want to talk about. So if you are wanting to read this book, it's not really spoilers because I'm not going to talk about the characters, what happened to them. But I mean, I guess if you don't want to know anything, don't listen to this part.
Is this turning into BookTube? Or...
No, this is just stop. This is, you love to do this. I start talking about something and you just perceive that you're going to hate it. Just let me get out what I'm going to say. So I want to discuss the premise of this book and what you do. So let me tell you. The premise of The Measure is that one day, all of a sudden, everyone in the entire world at the exact same moment gets a little box delivered on their door one day. They open it on the outside of the box.
The logistics of that are impossible.
Okay, I know that. But that doesn't matter. We're not I'm just saying if this were to happen. So they all get this box, and on the outside of it, it says, let's see if I remember exactly what it says. The length of your life. Oh, I really can't remember anything it says. Basically something like within this is the measure of your life. And inside the box is a string. And everyone's strings are different. And then they come to find out that the string size is how long you will live. So over the course of the book, they are able to, like, when you first open it, if you have like a little string, you're like, oh no, I don't have very much longer left. If you have a big long one, you're like, oh, I'm going to live a long time. And as the book goes on, scientists and whatever are able to basically track it down to within like a month of when you're gonna die. So basically what it's saying is now you know when you're gonna die. So it creates all kinds of uproar in the book
No kidding.
where it starts.
Never would have imagined that.
So it starts becoming this thing where you are only allowed to enter into the army or anything like that if you have a long string, because they know you're not going to die.
I'm wanting a short string then.
Or you no longer like people like. So the part that I want to talk about is this part. People in marriages. Say you and I get the strings, you open your box and you have a little tiny string and I have a big long string. People are now like, well, crap.
That would really suck because I've already got an inferiority complex about having short things. So it would be absolutely devastating.
And then it becomes this thing of like people are having a hard time getting married because it's like become the only thing that people can think about. So if they meet somebody and they like them, they're like, I can't date them because what if they have a short string? I don't want to marry somebody that they're just going to die.
Well, just stop with the what ifs and just be like, hey, let me see your string.
Well, but even that, so then it kind of turns into this thing where it's like kind of like the whole racism thing where it's the short.
This doesn't sound like anything like racism.
Well, no, what I'm saying is it's like, so there's also a part where some of the characters are like running for president, and so they're like, whatever, not mayors. What's the
like senators?
Yeah, and so they're trying
or...
to pass bills and do all these things saying that like you have to disclose your string, like, because there's some people that are like, I just choose not to open my box. I don't want to know. I just want to live life as normal.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't open my box.
So they're trying to make it a thing like if you want to get hired for a job, you have to show your string status. If you want to, basically do all this stuff. And so then it's become, people call them the short stringers and the long stringers. And then it becomes this huge separation and everyone blames everything on the short stringers because there's like mass shootings where a short stringer goes into a hospital and tries to blow it up because they know they're gonna die, and it's everything is the short stringer's fault.
I'd be really mad at if I was in this book? The jerk off that sent everybody the strings.
Exactly.
That's who I'd be pissed off at. I wouldn't be pissed off at the short stringers or the long stringers. I'd be like, who? First of all, how do you know?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's kind of, it's not a.
Is it magic?
I don't know.
Did God send the strings?
That's what, they question all that. Was it aliens? Was it God? How did this happen?
Is it accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. And so then how it goes from then on,
this sounds like a stupid book.
When you become 22, that's when your string gets delivered on your 22nd birthday. After the initial.
You said that it was all at
the same after
time.
The initial, then after that, then when you turn 22, then your string comes. That's like the tipping off point of when it all starts is just one night that all happens.
So you're guaranteed to live to 22 then?
No. It could be that
everybody's getting cheated out of that. So like the entire world as of today, let's say there's like 7 billion people on the planet. 7 billion string gets sent out. And then a baby's born tomorrow. And so that baby doesn't get their string till they're 22.
I guess whoever's sending them out has some kind of a conscience that's like, let kids be kids. Because if you die before you get your string, then I guess it doesn't matter.
I thought being alive right now is rough.
No.
What? What are you crying about?
She's probably ready to go sleep.
Why did we start a podcast if she's ready to go sleep?
Because we'll do what we did last time. I feed her and she falls asleep.
All right, we're going to press pause and whip a boob out real quick. I don't want to know when I'm going to die. I don't even want to have an idea. I don't want to be like, even years. Like, I would never want to be like, I have 30 years left to live.
Yeah. So that was like my first question, and I, pretty much knew the answer.
Would you want to?
No, I would be one of those people that I'm just like, Well, that's what would be hard. I mean, obviously, if you were just like one of the first people, you'd open the box to be like, "What is this?" And
If
then you
I
would
had,
know.
yeah,
But to be like, get it on your 22nd birthday, be like, "Nah, I'm not ever opening that. I'm
if
just
I
gonna live
had
my
the
life."
box, it would be so hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It would be.
Well, yeah,
I'd probably open it. I probably wouldn't be able to not open it.
it'd be like, take this somewhere. Get out of here. I don't want this in my house. Because yeah, it'd be way too tempting. But where I really wanted to go with this is in the vein of the podcast of marriage. What do you think that would do to a marriage?
I have no idea.
Like,
It would
say,
probably blow everything up.
like, I think about it in, like, when I was reading, I was thinking about kind of in the likeness of COVID, when it was like, it literally was all anyone talked about. It was this big thing that just felt like it was looming over everything. Do I have COVID? Oh no, I was like, no. Am I gonna have COVID? Do you have COVID? Can we go there? Because maybe people are gonna have COVID. It's this thing of like, it's would be all I would be able to think about if I
COVID
knew
for
that you
me.
were gonna die.
COVID for me was just an annoyance.
But okay, let's not get hung up on the COVID thing. But that's what I'm saying is it's this thing of like, it seems like it's the only thing on the mind, what people are talking about, and it would literally be, you know, all you'd want to ask people. So, how long is your string? Did you get your string? What does it look like?
Would people really do that though, or would people be like, "Oh, that's disrespectful"? Like I can't. It would
Yeah.
become like a no no, like a
Well, in the
no-go
book,
place.
like as far as dating, like they started creating apps for like the short stringers. So it was like all the short stringers could go on the app to fight because they couldn't find anybody.
Because
That
if you take it in the same thing as COVID, let's just like look at it like that. Like there were people. Hold on a second, I gotta crack this. Not a beer, Diet Coke. There were people that like would post on their social media bios and stuff like vaxxed and boosted. It's like
yeah,
I would see that and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so annoying.
yeah. Well, because
There would be people like me that would
yeah,
I would think as if we had strings be like, okay, they're here. We have them. I know approximately how long I have. I know approximately how long you would have, and it would probably be a thing for a while. Like it would be a big deal for I don't even know the timeline. Let's just say it would be a big deal for like a year. And then I would be like, okay, time to go back to life.
So it wouldn't make you anxious coming up to Binley's 22nd birthday.
Yeah, I'd probably be a mess. The only thing that would suck is if Binley's string was shorter than my string.
Oh.
Because I will never be okay, and nobody will ever be okay with burying a kid.
Yeah. But that's the thing is it's like, do you think you could be, because how I kept like my mind kept going here of like, it doesn't matter whatever the string is, it was going to be anyways. So what is the difference in knowing when it's gonna happen? Do you think that has weight?
I think the worst thing that could happen would be you like knew when you were going to die and you didn't give your life any more purpose than you already did.
So that's like the thought too, is it's like, would you live your life differently knowing when you were
I
gonna
don't think
die?
I would live my life the same way if I knew when I was going to die.
Even if you knew you were gonna live a lot till you were 80 something.
If I knew I had a long time, I'd still be like, F it. I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah. Like, is
I'm
that
gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
like,
If I got my string, my box with my string in it today, and I knew I only had a couple years left, that changes a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Like, we're gonna do some stuff. But right now I don't know when I'm gonna die. So as of right now, I'm gonna live till I'm an old man.
So that's my thought then I have is it's like back to that whole thing of, people use the cliche all the time, like live like you're gonna die tomorrow because truly, string or no string, you have no idea when it's gonna happen.
Shut up with this. Live every day like I'm gonna die. You shut up. There's
You don't think-
nobody that does that.
Okay, well,
Unless you are extremely wealthy, can do whatever you want. Average Joe Blow, medium,
see, but you're thinking about it and it's like you have to do all this
middle
crazy
class.
thing.
Nobody's living like they're gonna die tomorrow in the
I'm-
middle class.
When I think about it, when I think about that saying, I think about like not sweating the small stuff. Stop complaining about circumstance of life.
Shay,
I'm not saying I do that. I'm
You-
horrible at it.
are insane.
I'm not.
If you
I'm
found
not
out
saying-
you had a short string, you would be way worse with sweating the small stuff than you are right now. You would be a freaking mess.
I know, because I'd be afraid that every time I walked in my door, that was when I was gonna die. But that's not the point. What I'm bringing to you is these ideas and these thoughts. If to try to think about truly if you knew. So now, say we weren't married. And we were just dating. And the strings came about. And I had a short string. You had a long string. Would that change you wanting to marry me?
Yeah, probably.
Like, would you be like, we're done, I can't date you, nothing? Or would you just be like, I'm not gonna like commit to you, but we can still like hang out and be friends, and it's really gonna suck when you go.
Well, I don't know. I married you for a reason. Like, I loved you. I'd probably still marry you.
Yeah, because that was, again, like I said, all these points are things that kind of happen in the book. Like there's one character that they're like, I never want to get married because, I don't want to lose them. But then there's this couple that they've been dating for a while and they're like, yeah, let's get married tomorrow. Even though one of them was going to die in a couple years, she was like, I love you. Kind of back to the thing, like it was going to happen anyways. Now I just know. And it, of course, is painful and it's hard and it sucks. But I love you. I don't want to be without you.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be, as we just talked a whole bunch of crap about how much we didn't like each other when we first got married. It would have sucked to have gotten married and then hated each other when you died.
That really would have. Well, maybe it'd been easier. Then I'd be like, okay, good, that's over. It would suck to hate each other for a few years and then just start to really love each other, and then that's when you go. That would
Like
suck.
if one of us died right now,
Yeah, that really suck.
that would suck.
That'd suck. That'd suck a lot.
We've had enough death in the last couple
Yeah.
years, so I think we're good.
Yeah. But it's just knowing. I mean, this concept is not new. People talk about it all the time. Like, would you choose to know when you died?
No, I
And
don't. And it's
it's-
giving me anxiety talking about this right now. I want to get up and walk out of the room.
I'm sorry. That's what you get for not taking your meds anymore.
Yeah. It'll get better.
It will. Anyways, that's basically what I had to talk about. if we don't have any more to talk about in the vein of that and is making you uncomfortable, I guess we can find something else to talk about.
I love Diet Coke.
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm the one that has to keep buying it.
Actually, I'm the one that keeps buying it. You just go
I
pick
go
it
and
up.
attain it.
You go sit in your car and call a number, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here. Bring my groceries
I
out
don't
to
have to
me."
call the number anymore because now I fixed it. And so
Oh, good.
they don't have to,
I'm so glad.
they just track me on my phone and know when I'm there.
So we started watching Married at First Sight,
Yes, we
and
did.
I hate it.
It's because everyone knows you just fast forward through all the wedding stuff and get to the when they actually are together.
Okay, so like,
Well, we
I
have to
only
say we
like
didn't. Hold on, we have to say we didn't just start watching it because you wanted to watch it.
Oh,
we
hell no.
wanted to
No, this was
do
not my
like
idea.
a episode by episode thing here on the podcast and talk about it because it's such a juicy show.
It's not juicy.
Because you haven't got to anything yet. This part is stupid.
First of all, I don't care about the juice.
You didn't like when the ladies were having their little get together and they talked.
No, it was funny.
You loved it. It was hilarious.
Funny, but I don't care.
It's not about you caring. It's about having fun and laughing.
There's not a whole lot of anything that really grabs my attention.
I know. That'd be the binky.
So if my string was really short,
The crap.
I would probably try to find something that I was so excited about that it was all I focused. Oh, excuse me. That it was all I focused on while I was doing it.
Well, you've already found that. You just literally wouldn't stop ever playing games.
But that's because the focus is money.
So would that still be your focus? Hold
What?
on. Why are we switching now? We were talking about Marriage Anonymous or Married at First Sight.
Yeah,
now
and I'm
we're
saying I don't like it. It's not holding my attention.
Okay, you just wanted to make that point. Okay. Crap, now I lost my train of thought.
So
No, wait,
whole-
hold on. I gotta get this back. Because it was, what did we just say? You would find something
that
to
would hold
keep
my
your
attention.
Oh, was money. So, say you had a short string, would you still be as obsessed with making money as you are now?
I would
would you
probably
stop
be
worrying
more
about it?
obsessed with making money because I can't do anything. My obsession with making money comes from I want to do other things that I can't do unless I have money. Like spending all my time with you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of I spend more time at work than I do with my family.
Yeah. So, but I guess I'm saying is, so then would you quit your job and go have something that's way less time, way less whatever, and just be like, I'm just spending more time? Or would you be like, I've got to work more and waste more time to try to make more money?
This is like a big conundrum.
Because it's what I talk to you about all the time, is that I say, I know you want to do this, but what are you sacrificing right now?
Life is so much harder without Adderall.
It wasn't, you weren't making more money on Adderall.
But I was able to think more. I was able to think, but process thoughts
Are
better.
you saying you can't process this
I'm
right
having
now?
such a hard time paying attention. It not even that. Like it's taking me longer to process the question or the train of thought that you and I are having right now to come up with an answer. And then you're a quick fire back with, and then I'm like, let me think. And then I have to sit here and stare at the ceiling while I try to
So
think.
who's the real one with ADHD?
No, I legitimately have it bad.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is yours is like you can't think. Mine, I'm going so fast I can't have just one thought
Mine's
in.
ADD.
Okay, I didn't know that was the difference.
Yeah, you're.
We know what my brain is. That's
Yeah,
a big bag of weird.
I just want to make money, so that we can like do what we want to do.
Well, I know that. I want that too, but like I said,
I don't want just piles of money just to have them.
I know, and I never thought that. But like I've said, and I'll say again, what is the cost of this vulnerable time in life when our
It's
children are
my
small?
youth is that's the cost. Is my years of my life.
But what are you missing out with our children by
Well,
being
lately I
like,
haven't been missing out
all
on
right,
a thing.
well, you're avoiding the question by being like, I gotta go downstairs and do my stuff.
I haven't though.
Not recently, but that's what I'm saying. It's still the goal. And I am not trying to say I don't want you to do that. Again, I always reiterate this point. I am not trying to squash your dreams or tell you you're a bad dad and husband. But I feel like there can always be like a middle ground. Which I guess, I mean, it's not like you're missing. If we have something, you're not going to be down here on Binley's birthday playing games, you know? Like, so maybe that is just the middle ground. But that's why I'm always on like, we need to find something like this podcast that we can do together to try to make money. Because 2 heads are better than 1. You're really thinking over there.
Yeah.
Gosh. She can't make up her mind what she wants to do.
All right, so my ADD kicked in. I'm not even focused on this anymore. So let's just wrap it up.
You're shorted out.
I'm shorted. I've short circuited.
That's the other hard thing that's with this podcast is, and it's like I find it hilarious that you want to do this because with your autism and your ADD, you hate to talk.
I hate it.
You hate to talk.
I'm doing this. This is gonna be funny. I'm doing this so you will get out of my ass about like being a needy. I need to talk to you all the time. I'm doing this to fill your cup. This podcast is not for me.
You're doing this to try to make money.
I'm doing this to try to make money. But there's a bigger motive of having you climb out of my ass about needing to talk to me all the time.
And if
So I can
you-
have just a little bit of time to myself.
If you only knew me like you should, you would know that it doesn't matter. If I talk to you, I just want to talk more. It's not like it goes away.
Yeah. I think that's kind of a woman thing, though. Zing.
Yeah. But I like to talk to you a lot.
Yeah, I don't like talk. And it's not personal. It's not that I don't want to talk to you and I want to talk to
know.
other people. I don't want to talk to anybody.
I am fully aware of
I
how you
am
work.
perfectly fine. I would be perfectly fine living on a desert island by myself for the rest of my life. Maybe I would need a little like volleyball named Wilson that I could talk to every once in a while, just if I wanted to like talk some smack.
Smack. Oh boy. Well, I appreciate you talking to me today.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up today. like I said, in the future, we're kind of, I don't know how the order we're going to do things. Because, like I said, we want to talk about, we're going to break down what's happened into episodes. So, we're going to talk about Charles and his alcoholism and just that whole journey.
Yeah, pretty much I've been a big problem.
And
There's going to be a lot of episodes that talk about me being a complete ass and
that's
all of our problems.
not saying that I am not a problem too. Everyone has issues. And I've never once blamed the hard parts of our marriage all on you.
I am a mess.
You are messy. I will say that.
All right.
But
Well,
anyways, let me finish. So those will be coming, things like that.
we're going to
And
start doing
then
video episodes too. But the thing I was thinking about is we are going to do video episodes when the podcast pays for us to do video episodes. I'm not going to go buy a bunch of stuff.
we've already bought so much stuff.
Yeah, I'm not we're going to just do this until the podcast pays for itself.
Yeah.
When we can afford, when the podcast is like, "Hey, you've made this much money." We'll be like, "Okay, we're going to take that money and go buy video cameras."
Yeah.
I'm not going to go buy video cameras. I'm done buying stuff.
Good.
Except for microphones. We might get new mics.
What?
Yeah.
We haven't even used these.
Well, good thing about these, we can sell them.
You're gonna sell them.
Probably not. Probably just put them in the
Exactly.
room over there with all
Oh,
the other
hell.
crap that I bought, and
Someone help me.
it's going to sound so good. Get
Get
some Shure SB7s or whatever.
Okay. Anyways, and then maybe we'll keep doing and try to do the Married at First Sight things.
Well, we're going to keep watching it. I'm just going to talk about how I hate it the whole time.
You might be surprised.
These people are so stupid.
If you want to like see the trashy version of
Okay,
it.
we're going to get into this real quick.
Oh boy. Hold
These
up.
people are so stupid, and they have no idea what they're getting into.
Well, but we don't know. We don't know what it was like because we got into each other. That's not what I meant. We met each other and started
we
dating
were into each other.
before the craziness of what dating is nowadays. Maybe they're smart and they're just like, you know what? I am sick of all this runaround crap and hating my life, meeting these crazy people. Have a professional just pick someone for me and let's just get out of this
why
part.
don't they just move to India then and have arranged marriages? This is so stupid.
That's essentially was what happened.
And you know what? If I was single nowadays, I wouldn't be doing all that crap. I don't want to marry someone that is gonna like swipe. What is it? Swipe
know.
left or swipe right?
I don't know.
I don't want somebody that's like doing that.
Exactly. That's why.
So I would go and find people that aren't doing that.
I had a really good point and I just forgot it, of course. To all of this. Oh, I think the problem, like I've obviously seen the show. I've watched many seasons of this, but like specifically this season that we're watching, is them talking like people are getting okay. Blah, 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 blah. People, I think part of the problem as to why people are having a hard time like getting married, staying married, is just the selfishness that it's become of like people not being able to find somebody for so long. Like, what was that guy? He's 30.
He's 38.
Yeah, he's 38 years old on there. He's the oldest one. By the time you're 38, and I think this is more so probably for women than men, I'll admit it. You're so comfortable and so set in the way that you are and how you want things. How often in this one episode we watched of them saying like, well, he better let me still do this or that's a no-go. Like, you have to be able to bend and change things. But it's like, everyone loves being single nowadays.
Could you imagine trying to marry me now?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody is so like, I'm independent. It's going to be my way or the highway, but I want to get married to someone else who has their way or the highway and whatever. And so it's never going to work. Marriage
Yeah.
will not work if you can't compromise and bend and love unconditionally.
Well,
It could, but it's going to be
it's
real
yeah, it's
shitty.
also like what I've always been a firm believer, even though I didn't practice it for a while, was if I look out for you and you look out for me, that means I don't have to look out for me because I have you doing it for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to be selfish because I don't have to worry if my needs are being fulfilled because they're already being fulfilled. And I don't have to worry about it. Then I can focus on you.
Yeah. But I think that is very hard to do instantaneously. That comes over time. Because
Being
like
married at the first is cruel.
cool or cruel?
Cruel.
Yeah, it is.
It sucks.
That's why I seen that graph or whatever that they were showing, like at what years most people get divorced at, and it's like the highest is at year 2, because it's like you have to be able. So exactly like I just said, I made a point and you didn't. I was expecting you to make a return on my thing, and you didn't, which was surprising. Is when we were really bad and you really, really hated me. You loved to tell me that you loved me unconditionally and I loved you with conditions.
Well, yeah, that's why
And
I
that's
hated you.
true.
That's
Because
why I hated you.
but that's what I'm saying is that's I think how most people are in the beginning. It takes a long time and for shit to happen. Like we talked to Tommy and Cam. We said, like we really didn't start loving each other until like hard stuff happened. And you have to choose to stay in it. And then you learn to love unconditionally. Because hell yeah, I had conditions when I only knew you for 2 years. Like, you know what I mean?
I was clearly a better person than her. Is basically what she's saying here.
Oh, what I'm saying is you had this thing of, for whatever reason, you were hell bent on never getting a divorce. Even, you would tell me all the time, I would rather just like be
No, hold on a minute.
living in a house, never talking to each other than get a divorce.
I would never instigate a divorce.
That wasn't what you said at the time.
If you wanted, and I told you every time you threaten to leave, I will pack your shit for you. If you don't want to be here, I will pack your shit.
Yeah, but that felt more of like
It wasn't like a threat. It was I literally, let's get your shit out of the house and you can leave.
so I
'Cause
could
I'm
be
not
the bad
leaving.
because I could then look like the bad person. that
I'm not
left.
leaving.
But that
you are
yeah,
leaving.
because that's how again you were very concerned about how it would look.
No, I was worried about I'm going to be miserable without you. And we have good times when we're together. The times we don't have that are good when we're together are really bad. And I'm already miserable, but I would be miserable 100% of the time instead of half the time.
And all I wanted was for you to fight for me. Like that's what every woman wants is to when you say like I can't do this, you're making me sad, for you to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I love you, please don't leave me. And that is not you at all. You are not a beggar or a groveler.
I'm too proud.
Yep.
If you don't want me, there's a door.
But I always wanted you. That's the other thing we tell people this all the time, like people that are going to get married or talk about with our friends is there is the finest line in a relationship between loving and hating.
It is so fine. It's the finest line.
Yeah. And then
I
that's
actually
became
think like love and hate are the same feeling.
yeah. That's what I mean. Is it's like it's almost undistinguishable. It's like and that became our catchphrase like I love you even when I hate you.
And you can't hate something without, hey, Ben. Ben, what do you think about love and hate? All right, let's press pause. All right, we're just going to end this right here because we need to do another episode, and this one's getting pretty long.
Yeah.
So we'll end this one right here, and then the next one we'll put it out. Should we put it out on our anniversary?
I think so. So the next episode will be our 10-year.
And we're just going to sit and talk shit on each other the whole time.
It might be a long one.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Just hashing out the last 10 years since we never went to marriage counseling except one time, and that was an epic fail.
Oh, it was so bad. I hated that woman. We'll talk about that later.
That's what
All
I
right.
mean. There's
We
plenty
will
to
catch you
talk.
guys next time. Thanks for catching up.
It's been real.
Fun. It's been real fun.
We never know how to end
Yeah,
anything.
okay.
So awkward.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.